guys, Fly Girl VSG, Lindsay coming into you with my week 23 post-op VSG update. I had surgery, vertical sleeve gastrectomy on December 5th, 2013 with Dr. J. Jan at Legacy Good Samaritan Hospital. And let's just start right into the numbers. So I started my 2-week pre-op diet, obviously 2 weeks before December 5th. I think it was like November 21st, at 301.2. I weighed in day of surgery at 291.8. I weighed in last week at 223.4. And I weighed in this week at 220.4 for a loss this week of 3 pounds and a total loss since my 2-week pre-op diet of 80.8 pounds. Holy shit. I haven't had a loss like that in a couple weeks or longer. I mean, my last weeks have been, last week was 2.2, and then before that it was 1.4, 1.6, 2.8, 1, and then I had a 4.2 loss on week 17 on the 4th of, the 3rd of April. So it's been about 5 weeks since I've had a loss that big. And frankly, I didn't feel like I deserved it. Is that even right? Yeah, it is. I had, so I don't really have a topic this week. It's just kind of a general update of what I'm doing and how the week has gone for me. Because I kind of have been a little all over the map. So I think last week, it's like raging hot here right now. Actually, it's not that bad. The last few days have been so hot here. Today it's more humid, so it's more just like a little sticky because there's cloud cover. So it's in the 80s, I think lower 80s, upper 70s today, but the last 3 days have been in the 90s, so it's been like, holy shit, so hot. Anyway, so I drank this weekend 3 days. Friday night I went out with a girlfriend, and even though I said last Thursday I was going to practice 100 days of unplanned eating, I had unplanned eating and drinking on Friday. I had planned to have a crepe and 2 glasses of wine, and I had a crepe and a half and 3 glasses of wine. So Saturday was a pub crawl with my boyfriend who came into town after 6 weeks, which was amazing, and a couple of our friends, and we had a great time, super great time. And so there was really no unplanned eating there, but I did drink, and I probably had a handful of drinks over the course of like the 5 or 6 hours we were out. Sorry. Sorry about that. I breathed in and choked on my spit. I love it when that happens. So we had bites at every place, and it was super fun. But and then Sunday we did Mother's Day, and after Mother's Day, Kent and I just watched. Sorry, my boyfriend. God dang it, I'm so bad at that. We just watched movies, and it had popcorn. But I did have 2 glasses of wine with him as well that I wasn't anticipating or planning on per se. So I would say that those were my unplanned, you know, the 2 glasses of wine and the popcorn I had planned on, but the wine I hadn't, and then the crepe and the wine on Friday. I didn't drink, he drank some wine on Monday. I didn't drink with him, and Tuesday also I did not drink. So I noticed I had an aha moment. Of course, I told I always have therapy Thursdays at noon, and my therapist said, you know, when I told him this today, he was like, yeah, that's commonly known. Well, I didn't know this, but the more I drink, the more I can eat, like physically can eat. And of course, the more I kind of want to. And so he says that I should have known that. And, well, he didn't put it that way, but the alcohol not only, kind of masks that feeling of fullness, it also makes you hungry and makes you want to eat as a side effect of alcohol. So I was like, okay. So he and I talked a little bit about like motivation. He didn't feel like I was unmotivated. He was like, you still care about this. He goes, but sometimes you are discouraged. And I said, yes. So what tools can I use? And he goes, you really need to, he asked me a really difficult question. I had to think about it for a long time, which was, what do you tell yourself when you're going to these things? You know, because my whole excuse for April was I was really busy. I traveled a lot. I had parties. There were lots of social events going on in April that made it difficult for me to turn down food and drink. And I had a great time. I mean, it was totally worth it. But it's not those days that make the difference. It's the days following, the days in between, right? So he says, what do you tell yourself to make that okay? And I had to think about it, and like, let's say my cocktail party I had a few weeks ago. Like, what do you tell yourself as you walk into that cocktail party or before the cocktail party that makes your participation in eating or drinking certain things okay? And I told him, he goes, okay, just like I thought, you've rationalized, you've justified it somehow. He goes, it's okay for it to not be okay. It's okay for it to not be okay that you have 5 drinks and whatever else, you know, cookies. I don't know. I didn't eat cookies at the party, but you know what I'm saying. He goes, but what you should do is, like, know that it's not okay, and if you still participate in it, to the extent in which you're allowing yourself, that A, it's risky, because what happens is that I start to snack. There's like, do you guys hear that? I'm really sorry. There's a landscaper somewhere outside, and he's doing something. Maybe I should shut the window. Hold on. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit more reasonable. It was getting really loud. They were out front, and now they're on the side, and anyway. Where was I? So, you know, and to take full responsibility for the fact of what the consequences will be. So, like, let's say I have a bunch of martinis and eat all weekend, and the problem is that biochemically, like, the more sugar or more carbs and stuff like that I have, like, the more I want to eat them. So, like, you know, I'm just eating not cookies, but like chips and crackers and popcorn. And I know those aren't, I mean, popcorn I love, but like chips and crackers, like those aren't the things that I normally go for. Like, I'm not really a chip person. So, you know, why am I wanting to these things? And some of it's hormonal, I know, and some of it is, you know, boredom and other factors. But really, it's the more I have of those things, the more I want of them. And there's that drive. It's like that addiction, you know, like sugar, those kinds of things, like, are act in your brain the same way as like heroin does, or cocaine, or whatever, you know, drug can. So to be fully aware and take full responsibility for the consequences. And if I decide to do it at that point, just, you know, be aware and take responsibility and know that the consequences may, you know, so when I eat like that and then I eat like that for the days following and then I only lose a pound a week, like, that's a consequence. You know, or I don't feel good, I have a stomach ache, that's a consequence that I need to take full responsibility for. And so, anyway, so I thought that was good. I mean, just to give me perspective, I've been really holding on to that quote that Go Team's VSG gave me, which is, you know, I'd say this every week, but trading in what you really want now for what you really want. And I've been really holding on to that really tight, because in the last 6 weeks, I have definitely not been doing that. I have been giving into what I want now instead of trading it for what I really, really want. I feel like my mentality, however, has shifted. So, you know, I mean, I'm human, you're human, we're all human, we all make mistakes, no one is perfect, some people are, you know, good for you. And I certainly cycle, you know, sometimes I'm really obsessed with food, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I think about food all the time, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I make poor choices, sometimes I don't, you know, I mean, it's just like, sometimes I'm in a certain frame of mind and sometimes I'm not. So it's hard to pinpoint when that's going to happen. It just happens. But I feel much more strong now. I feel much more, sometimes I almost feel like a food addict. I mean, I'm not a full-blown food addict. I definitely have bouts of struggling with that. But sometimes I feel like the choice is, like, I don't have the choice to say no. So I did a little experiment. I went to a play with my girlfriend on Tuesday night, and she had a Frappuccino, and I thought to myself, I can have a Frappuccino, like, I want one, and I was like, you know what, I just don't need that right now, like, I'm trading what I want now for what I really want, and Frappuccino's not going to help me right now. I already had my calories for the day, like, I can maybe have some cheese later, a slice of cheese at home, that's it. And not even like I couldn't have it, like, it was practicing the no unplanned eating, and, you know, saying no to things I want, but that I don't really need to have. And also the theater, they bake their own cookies, and they're so, so good. So I really wanted them, and I thought about budgeting them in for the day, earlier in the day, and I was just like, it's not worth it. Like, when I started looking at calories of chocolate chip cookies, I was like, yeah, no way. Like, no way. Excuse me. I just had salad. So I'm just, now I've closed the window, now I'm just sweating balls over here. Apologize. So I got to the theater and wanted them again, but I did not have them. And I felt really powerful. I was just like, I can say no. Sometimes I don't feel like I can, but today I could, and I did, and I feel great about it. So I came home, I was hungry. I'd had an early dinner, so I had, a string cheese and let it settle for an hour or so and then went to bed, so it was great. Also, what happened Tuesday, on a side note, not related to eating per se, is I went to the chiropractor. I don't know if I had told you guys, but I've been having a problem with my right side of my neck. And for about 6 weeks, a little over 6 weeks now. And I've had some treatment, but I've never really had it diagnosed as to, like, did I pull something? Do I have an injury? Like, what happened? So I went to the chiropractor and I was like, I really need to get some treatment. Like, I can't do it. Like, my activity is really hindered by this. Like, everything aggravates it. Like, what is going on? So he determined that I had some micro tears in the discs, a disc or two in my neck. I know exactly what I did. I mean, I was trying to make the bed, frankly. That's all I was doing. I heard it. I went, and then it's just not had a chance to heal because I haven't really, like, stayed away from, I still held on to Zumba. And so he said to go in to see him and get an adjustment every 2 to 4 weeks. I rented a decompression machine. So basically what it does is it just kind of like, lifts. I can feel it, but it doesn't really show. Like, it just kind of lifts. You're laying flat, and it just kind of pulls that neck apart, so that way it can kind of decompress those discs a little bit to help it heal. He told me to take a glucosamine supplement, and he said really all I can do for the disc itself, other than the decompression and the glucosamine, is pain management. He goes, do acupuncture if it makes you feel better, do the Bowen therapy if it makes you feel better, get massage if it makes you feel better. I said, well, the main thing I need to know right now, is what can I do workout-wise? And he goes, stay as active as possible. I said, I've been told to stay away from planks and downward dog, which, means that no yoga, and a lot of my resistance, like my work with my trainer involves planks. He's like, no, do as much of that as you can. Just take it easy. He goes, don't do any Zumba, don't do any running, don't do anything that's impact, like jumping impact, because that's like jarring to that spine, and you don't need that. He goes, elliptical's fine, spinning is fine, biking is fine, hiking is fine, walking is fine, resistance training is fine, even though I have got a little injury on my shoulder, so take it easy on a couple moves. But he goes, stay as active as you can. So I was like, great, I've got permission. So I went to the gym yesterday afternoon after work, and I did like a 75-minute workout. I did 20 minutes on the elliptical. I did some other, I'll talk a little bit about that next week, I think, about what my workouts are going to be looking like, or are looking like now. And I'm telling you, I was on top of the world. And the more I work out, and the better I feel, and the more positive my mood is naturally, like, the less I want to eat bad. I don't want to participate in food or make choices with food. They're going to hinder my progress when I'm, like, put so much work into the gym and stuff. Like, I know that most of weight loss is 80% diet and 20% the gym. That's just a fact. But the more I work out, the healthier I feel, the less likely I am to make unhealthy choices. I worked out again today. I went this morning. I did 30 minutes on the elliptical. I feel amazing. So I feel like way back on track. The scale rewarded me this week. I didn't really feel like I deserve it. I'll take it. I'm super excited. I can't believe I'm 80 pounds down. I have 60 pounds left to go. More than halfway there. I'm just going to hang in there. April was a tough month. I feel like I kind of wasted a month of that golden window. But I live a full life, and it was a great month. And it was a happy month, and I had a good time, and it is what it is. So, that's pretty much what's going on with me this week, is just kind of like coming back into the groove of things, getting back in the gym, dealing with my neck pain, but hopefully a little bit more productively, things like that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Sandris, this is for you. Your package will be shipped out tomorrow. I'm sorry it took me so long. I said this time last week, which is now, but I didn't go through recipes. So I had everything packaged up earlier this week, but I needed to get you some recipes, and I chose a few. So I will get the package mailed out to you tomorrow, so hopefully you'll get it early next week. And then I was talking to my sleeve sister, Christine, and I told her, so I'm wearing hand-me-downs today. Like, nothing I'm wearing except for my panties are mine that I have. So she wanted me to do a body shop because I'm wearing pants that she gave me. And now that I'm wearing them and have worn them around, like, they're obviously too big. But, you know, they're just kind of around. I went shopping and I went to the therapy, and I'm just going to be home tonight. So, like, you know, it's not like I have something fancy, but they're so cute. And I'm wearing a top from my friend Nicole, and my bra. My bra is from Nicole, too. So, yeah. So I'll do a body shop, and then you can see my little outfit. So, Christine, this is for you. It's not the most flattering angle, and you can see, like, I've got, like, this much room. And I got this big weight, like, too big here, too big in the booty, but they're so cute. They're like capri pants. So I don't know if you can see that. And then this is just a simple tank top. Oh my god, that I've sweated in. Nice. Simple tank top that Nicole gave me, but it's like, for some reason, it just fits really nice, and I love it. So, you know, it's big and loose, but not everything has to fit tight. So that's where I'm at. I hope you guys have a great week. I'm having a super great week. And I love you guys, and it's always so hard for me to say goodbye, but I have to. Keep a fly out there, you guys. Bye.